The last time I reported on the ongoing feud between the Real Housewives of Atlanta star Porsha Williams and singer/actress Teyana Taylor, the two beauties were going at it over the alleged rights to use the term unbothered on clothing items. I personally think the name is lame in the first place, it's not original, and sounds boring, and it will most likely be a trend that won't last long and not worth the investment in my opinion. But both ladies insist on using this corny name. Porsha is smart enough to just throw the mess on some t-shirts to keep it moving. Teyana Taylor, on the other hand, has started a business using the lamest name for a clothing line ever. This shit is worse than FUMU. Well, the ladies are going at it harder than ever now. Lawyers and legal documentation have now come into play, and seeing they are black celebrities, black women to be specific, it of course has to get messy and be done out in the open, as opposed to acting professionally and keeping their mouth shut and letting someone's people call the other person's people. I mean, that's kind of how you should do business in theory anyway. So how messy did it get? Teyana Taylor didn't just have unprofessional and unnecessary things to say about Porsha. She even let her hot-headed fans chime in an alleged legal discussion. Now, how professional was that? Are you sure you want to let your fans have their say in a legal discussion and you're supposed to be a professional businesswoman, Miss Taylor? Teyana posted this image and caption on her Instagram page. She was probably wisely counseled and told to take it down because it sure as hell disappeared really fast, as it should have. You do not conduct business in this manner and post legal documentation to the public as a way of proving a point just to be, quote, right. Check out the image for yourself, and this is what Teyana Taylor said. Welp. Hashtag unbothered. Hashtag oh it's more. Hashtag sneak peek. Stop playing, in capital letters, with me, Porsha. You got so much shit to say. I guess you meant to say shit to say on the radio, girl. Keep it cute or put it on mute. End quote. So basically, Teyana's posted a certified copy of an LLC registration proving she has a company named Unbothered. A Twitter fan chimed in with the following tweet, and Teyana reposted it, and I quote, "Please stop arguing with dumb people. This is the same girl who thought the Underground Railroad was an actual railroad." Okay, so after that intermission, Porsha responded to Teyana on Instagram with some help from her lawyer friend. Here's what Porsha had to say, and I quote, "Number one, the term unbothered is a common English term that is used by numerous clothing lines. Therefore, Teyana will have to use the term long enough and distinguish her line enough to attain what my lawyer calls, quote, acquired distinctiveness, which means whenever the term unbothered is used with clothing, we think of her line. Number two, there is too many other clothing lines to count that use unbothered either on apparel or as the name of the main clothing line, including the company that owns www.unbothered.com, which makes the brand, quote, weak. And number three, nobody is scared of her legally or otherwise. She cannot blame anyone that she was ignorant enough to brand her clothing line using a weak mark that is used by so many other clothing companies, and her crack legal team has failed to protect any rights she might have acquired by failing to file for a federal trademark registration." End quote. Damn, Porsha. Whew. And these people say that Bay is dumb. I wonder where they get that from. I mean, damn. Whew. Anyway, thank God Porsha spoke with the lawyer about this. Teyana doesn't understand business law. A trademark and an LLC or limited liability company are two different legal subjects. A LLC is a company which leaves your liability limited in case of a lawsuit, etc. Your business is separate from your personal assets. In other words, if you have an LLC and you get sued, you will not lose your house and car, just as an example, because you as a person and the business are separate entities on paper documentation. Owning a trademark is essentially having the rights to own and use a particular phrase or word or term for business usage. If another individual, corporation, etc. infringes on your mark, they are subject to a lawsuit. And guess what? Teyana has no trademark for the term unbothered. It's already been patent searched and no one uses it at the moment. As a matter of fact, Porsha, turn in the documentation right now. Claim the right. Screw her over. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that to Teyana. Anyways, Teyana's disgusting attack on Porsha went on to say, and I quote, "Are you sure, baby? You can't even spell your lawyer's at name right. You are a joke, like I said. I don't." And then another message, she said, okay, I'm done dragging these dumb bitches. Hashtag vocals on freak. Hashtag how about you. LOL. Hashtag rehearsal time. Now, first of all, let me say this. Teyana's posts are cut short because while she originally acted first and thought last, which she usually does, those Twitter messages led to longer Instagram posts with more detailed stupidity. Luckily for Teyana, someone smarter than her told her to delete that bullshit and sit the fuck down. And with that said, I may not believe in cuffing season, however, I do believe in caping season, and I'm all about caping for Porsha. Hashtag caping for Porsha. So, as much as I like Teyana, and when I say I like, I mean I want to meet her. And if I meet her, I mean M-E-A-T meet her. If I M-E-E-T meet her. Now, regardless of the fact that I blow her back out like a fucking suicide bomber, I'm still about the blackout, then go in curfew. If you're a Teyana Taylor fan or supporter, or you're overly sensitive, you probably should go away. Teyana called Porsha a joke and talked about dragging dumb bitches, which is something Porsha has actually done, and we have the video evidence to prove that. Just ask that fine ass Kenya Moore. She dragged that bitch across the floor like a dirty carpet. Anyway, the last thing you should do during a legal battle, Miss Taylor, is go around posting documentation to show off for your fans, who are irrelevant when it comes to potential legal proceedings, and you also should not go around calling people a joke and a dumb bitch. If I were the judge in this case, I'd tell you to get your old round ass and your sexy lips the fuck out of my courtroom, heifer. I mean, I'd have the authorities escort you out of the courtroom and into my bedroom, but I'd still kick you out of my fucking courtroom. Also, why in the ever-loving fuck would you post something a fan had to say about it? Teyana, you may be fine as fuck, but you surely aren't the smartest bully in the schoolyard. Stay working out on treadmills and stay out of legal matters. Yeah, my penis still remembers the treadmill video. Anyway, I am particularly offended by that one retweet from the bitch who basically called my boo thing Porsha stupid. Really, bitch? The Underground Railroad jokes and subject again? Look, I already said it before, and I'll say it again. I don't care if Porsha's so stupid she thought the Underground Railroad was a TV show hosted by Don Cornelius. I'd still smash Porsha like Paul Walker. But this is all just my opinion. Let me know what you think about it below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channel. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com. Porsha, please sit on my face.